Alice for PsychicFuture.com, and this is your horoscope from the 10th to the 17th of March. So this week I'm talking about a quite big transit. It is Uranus into Taurus. So this is quite a prominent theme because it's been kind of like niggling at us a little bit for the last couple of years. So let's start off with a little bit of background on Uranus. It is a very slow moving planet, so it does spend more than a year in each sign. So in 2017, all year, Uranus was in Aries. So this was trying to get us to figure out who we are and what we're doing here on this planet. So that's a very big question, but it could have come in smaller questions like, you know, what job am I doing? Where am I going? Who am I with? Where do I want to live? You know, or even what do I want to do at the weekend? It's kind of like trying to figure out who you are and what you want. So then now we are in Taurus. This is a reflection of last year where Uranus slipped into Taurus and then it went retrograde, so it went back into Aries. So if you kind of rack your brains a little bit for the period between May 2018 and November 2018, this was the time that Uranus was in the first degrees of Taurus, and what that would have been doing is encouraging you to think about your boundaries, to think about who you trust, to think about your relationships and the level of security that you have within those relationships. Now this can like have a ripple effect on things like your home life, you know, where you want to build a foundation, how you want to earn money in your career. So these kind of issues would have been coming up between May 2018 and November 2018, but kind of almost like just a little niggle of it, like not the full kind of wham. It's just like, okay, well, let's think about that a little bit. Maybe you might have had some trust issues with, you know, relationships like your partner or your friends. Maybe you wanted to change your job. Maybe you were thinking about how you can make money off of your own passions. And maybe you were kind of structuring the way that you trust people, like you're putting boundaries into place, you're not giving too much anymore. Like these kind of issues would have been coming up. So if you think back to May to November 2018 and just think what was going on for me right then, this period now that we are moving back into Uranus and Taurus is going to bring that stuff up, but in a bigger way, and then it's going to be the rest of 2019 that you have to kind of deal with it and to settle any issues that arose in that time. So these issues again can be boundaries, like, you know, are you really taking care of yourself, or are you giving your power away to other people? Are you trusting the wrong people? Are you in the right career? Are you earning enough money for what you need? Are you in the right home? Do you want to move? Do you want to change? Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? Like these like big life questions. So you've got all of 2019 to really kind of think about this and to work it out. And Uranus and Taurus is going to help you to grow roots essentially. So if you've been feeling a little bit like swept away by the winds of, you know, the planets and just like the universe in general, you've been feeling a little bit like, oh, I don't know where I'm going, 2019 is going to be the one to really kind of plant yourself somewhere, at least in the sense of planting yourself in what you believe in and, you know, your boundaries, like who you have around you. These kind of things doesn't necessarily have to be like your material world. It can be, you know, yeah, the kind of mental energies that you have around you as well. So yeah, if you think back to May to November 2018, think what was going on for me then, and then now those questions will kind of come back up again, but in a bigger way. So yeah, pay attention to any of this stuff because it's a really great time to be planting those roots and getting sorted on who you are and what you're doing in this world. So I do have an article up on Psychic Future website about Uranus and Taurus, so you can check that out. And yeah, I will see you next week.